Hi guys, my name is Jasmine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about how I balance work, school, gym, personal life, everything, the whole 360. So I made like a bunch of notes and I brought out all of my agendas because I've had an agenda since 2017. Yeah, the first one is 2017. Yeah, they just get worse and worse as you go on. But yeah, this is the first step to balancing all this shit. You need an agenda. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. You 110% need an agenda because this is the only way I know what I have to do every single day. So to give you guys just a bit of a background really quickly, I work full-time at an educational facility. I don't want to really say the name. I work as like a department assistant. I work part-time at a hospital as a scheduling assistant, and then I'm doing my master's of education in social justice at U of T, and I try to go to the gym between all of that too, and then yeah, I'd be going out as well sometimes. So I'm gonna be like very transparent in this video and like just really show you guys how I do this since I can only tell you from like experience. But just to sum it up, basically, it's really all about balance. Yeah, so just to give you guys like a glance, I've been using an agenda since like high school, since probably like grade 10. But yeah, I like used to log everything, just every class that I have, and anytime I have work, payday, and I'm like a very pen and paper type of person. Like I know people do it on their phone sometimes, like with the reminder app and like using like other stuff, but I need to write things down. Like even when I study and stuff, like I need to write things down. So that's why I kind of do the old school way with the agenda. But I'm gonna break it down to you guys on like how I separate everything in my agenda and how I make sure I am like on top of things all the time. So let's start with work. So for work, obviously you're going to write down all your shifts and everything. So like for example, like there. I also color code it between jobs. So for example, my full-time job I keep in green, my part-time job I keep in blue. That's just so like when I glance at the agenda really quickly, I can kind of see what my week looks like, just an idea of what it'll look like. I used to work as a server. Now clearly I'm like more in the office kind of scenery. That definitely has an effect on how you plan things, like what your job is, because like when you're a server, you're obviously working later shifts. It's also physically exhausting. Whereas like in an office, you kind of have that flexibility to kind of just like sit down and kind of multitask, like other things. The only thing is sometimes you bring homework with you when you work in an office, and like you're just constantly getting emails and stuff. You're constantly like, fuck, like, like in the back of your mind, you're still working all the time. That's what kind of sucks about an office. Also, be honest with your employer about your schedule. Like both employers, if you're working two jobs, like that's where most of my conflict comes, especially because I work and I'm in school, because it's like my availability is really limited. So you can imagine at the hospital, like my part-time job, my availability is like very small versus like my full-time job. Obviously I'm working like 8 to 4, 9 to 5 type thing. And then right now I'm doing classes in the evening. So they're on like Thursdays, like at like 5 to 9, like something like that. So it doesn't really interfere too much. Sometimes you just have to be like honest with them. Like right now, I told my hospital job that like I can only work on weekends because every day of the week I'm working, and then I have school on Thursdays too. So it's like I don't want to like die. Now when it comes to school, you're gonna like stuff you're gonna log in your agenda is gonna be classes, like when your classes are, deadlines, presentations, discussion posts, course registration, stuff like that. Like course registration is really important, okay? If you know, you know. But another thing I do actually is like when this semester begins, let me find where we are right now. So this is like this week. I mark down like the weeks. So like week 2, week 1. I don't know if this is a Canadian thing, if it applies in the States too, like when you're in school, like the different weeks. But when you're in school, the professors sometimes will refer to the weeks as like week 5, week 2, and it's like hard to know what they're talking about. So I find writing this like helps, especially like they'll say like, oh, this is due in week 8. And like, you're like, what? When is week 8? But it also gives you like more of an idea on a grander scale of the semester, because I mean, if you're in school, you know, like when it gets to week 7, 8, 9, stress. When it gets to week 13, 12, 13, 14, beyond stress. Like, so it's just good to kind of have an idea of when those times are coming. Within school, right? You're obviously taking different subjects and stuff. I also plan like within my study time, how long I'll be studying each subject. When I was in my paramedic program, I used to basically like, I would allot 4 hours to study, and then I would split the 4 hours into like 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours like pre-hospital care, 2 hours anatomy, something like that. Because if you kind of spend that whole study period on one subject, you need to go study again for the second subject. Like, you know, it wasn't really as productive as it could have been. So yeah, I would just say plan everything. Like, another thing is like if I have an assignment due, like for example, right now I have like a reflection piece, like a 5-page paper due next week. So I'll write the due date next week in my agenda, and then a week before or a week and a half before, I'll start writing in my agenda, start this assignment. Like, because at least it's in the back of my mind. Even if I don't start it on that day, it's like, okay, I have to start it ASAP. Yeah, that's what I would say for school. Okay, the gym. The gym right now, I'll be honest with you guys, it's not really a priority for me, like because I have so much other things going on. But I don't really look at the gym as something I have to do. It's more like I go to the gym for my sanity at this point. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, I try to go at least 3 times a week. If I can get there 3 times a week, I'm happy. Sometimes I'll go 4, but sometimes I can only get there twice a week. And I don't really beat myself up for it. But I kind of just like listen to my body, if that makes sense. It's important to like know yourself. So me, I know that I'm most productive in the mornings, which is why I try to go to the gym in the mornings, because the minute I leave the gym until after I'm done work, like 4 or 5 p.m., I'm too tired. Like, I will not go. Plus, the gym is packed on top of that, and I don't like going to the gym when it's packed. So, yeah. So when I was working from home, I used to go on my lunches to go work out and then come back home, because like I knew if I waited until after 4 o'clock, I wouldn't go. And then when you're working from home, you can kind of like eat at home, like shit like that. So it works out. Like, what I mean by the gym is not a priority, it's like I'm trying to get my body in shape for like a certain date anymore. I'm just kind of like going to the gym as like providing me with like a sense of stability almost. Like, when I'm mad and stuff, I'll go to the gym. Like, when I just feel like there's a lot, like I feel overwhelmed and everything, I go to the gym. I don't know, it's like an escape almost. Yeah, so that's like what I would say for the gym. I'm thinking now, because I'm starting a new job and I won't really be working from home anymore, I'm gonna try to start going to the gym at like 6 a.m. before I start my 9 to 5 job. So I will keep you guys updated on how that goes, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous for that. I wish I could just work from home forever, but alas, COVID is over. And then last, life. Not even social life, life first, okay? Because I've split this into 2 categories. So there's like, I'm still talking about what you have to log in your agenda. So basically, you know, bills, doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, cleaning days, mechanics, errands, to-do lists, payday, birthdays, all of that, you're going to log in your agenda, okay? Like friends' birthdays, everything. Even at the end of the agendas, usually they have like a notes section. So this is where I just write like random shit. Like this is where I even be planning my YouTube, like to-do list, like all this type of shit. So I would highly recommend using the last section of your agenda as well. So yeah, there's that part of the stuff, like stuff you kind of have to do, like life kind of stuff. And then for me, I also have the whole beauty like aspects to life. I don't know what else to call it, because I have maintenance appointments, like lash appointment, if I'm getting my hair dyed, nail appointments, waxing appointments, laser appointments. I mark in my agenda when I'm doing hair masks. Like, I always do hair masks once a week, so I usually do them on Thursdays. So I'll write on Thursdays, hair mask, like everything I write in my agenda, like I literally like check off every day. And if I don't do something, I will put an X on it. Like, you know, you really do have to hold yourself accountable. And yeah, like I need that whole like check. I need to physically do the check mark in order for me to feel happy. Like I don't even feel like I've done the task until I've checked it off. Sorry, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, there's a lot of self-care stuff as well that I do. So I mark all that in my agenda. Obviously, if you guys follow me on TikTok, you know I haven't been getting my lashes done and I've decided to say goodbye to the nail life. So that has definitely helped me with some free time. But, you know, none of those things are necessary. It's just put everything in here, like everything. It's all about balance. Just reward yourself for when you work hard and you will like continue to want to do what you're doing. Don't make your schedule unbelievable. Like don't make it something that you hate. Like for example, like I told you guys, well, I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm working in person like 4 days a week this week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Wednesday, I'm gonna do something that like I want to do, like maybe go out and get like something I've been craving. I don't know. But you know, it's good to reward yourself for those little things. So now when it comes to social life, the way I do this is I try to like plan ahead, but sometimes there's no plans ahead, if that makes sense. Friday nights, Saturday nights, like those are like staples, you know? If I can get a Friday night off, I will get a Friday night. Like I will try to get someone to take that shift if I get scheduled on that day. I also kind of like think of things as like grind days and chill days. So there's like days where I'll have like school and work and I'm just like, okay, head down, like you kind of have to do all this today. And then there's days where I'm like, oh, it's a chill day today. Like I can make content. I can like go to Starbucks. Like I can do like what I want to do. I can make like, you know, TikToks and shit. So say don't procrastinate because I think that's one thing I really don't do. Like I've never really been a procrastinator. I'd rather just like start something way earlier and do like very little amounts of it till the date comes than like do a bunch of work the day before. Like I just hate being overwhelmed. So that's what I'll do. Kind of like I said with my assignment, like I'll write in my agenda a week and a half before, like, okay, start it. I'll start writing like a paragraph that day. The next day I write a paragraph. Like, you know, it's just way easier to think of like that. And yeah, just like establish boundaries. Obviously, there's some nights you have to sacrifice. You cannot go out every night. If you have work at, like, sometimes I work at the hospital 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that night, if I work at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, I'm not going out on that Friday night because I'm not going to get to work the next day. Also, social life doesn't have to mean, oh my God, going out, going for dinner. Oh my God, we're going to go to like the rec room after. We're going to go like to a concert. Da, da, da. Like you can literally just, like I smoke. So like me and my friends will just chill and ball up on like a Tuesday. Like it doesn't have to, like social life doesn't have to be the craziest thing. You can really just like do something low key and still get that aspect of social life. The agenda just helps with giving you a better idea of what's going on in your life. It's really still up to you to kind of do all these things. I know everybody says just do it, but I don't know how else to say it other than that. Like I wake up and I try not to think about what I'm about to do. I just try to do it. Like especially the gym and stuff. It's like if I tell myself the night before you're going to the gym, I wake up and I'm going to the gym. There's no questions asked. Like there's no, oh my God, how am I feeling today? Like, no, you said you were going to the gym. So you guys have to like prioritize your priorities. So for me, it goes like full-time job and school are kind of tied because like even though school is part-time right now, it's still like my lifelong dream kind of thing. So it's up there. And then my part-time job is here, gym is here, social life, I'm not trying to say it's at the bottom. Sometimes it's where gym is actually. Like I would say they're both kind of tied. This is my most asked question every time I post a day in my life on my TikTok or like even on Instagram. Sometimes people ask me this and I really hope I was helpful in this video, guys. Like the best advice I can really give you is just to plan everything. It gets easier as the weeks go on, if that makes it any better. Like the first couple weeks when you do this probably are going to feel really overwhelming, but it will get better. And maybe I can make an updated video on this as I start my new job and I'm working in person like completely and totally now. So yeah, maybe I can update you guys on how I'm balancing things. Okay, thank you guys for watching my video. I honestly hope from the bottom of my heart this was actually helpful. If you have any questions, please comment them down below and I will respond. If you guys like want me to make like a part 2 to this, because there's like that many questions, maybe let me know. But yeah, I hope this guys gave you guys like a better idea on how to balance the semester and like going into the new year and everything. Let me know how it goes, I guess. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on TikTok if you want to see more day in my lives. And I mean, I'm going to do more day in my lives on YouTube too. And follow me on Instagram. Thank you.